Steps for drawing the letter Aleph. It is a straight line from the top to the bottom. Its length is from 4 to 5 dots. It slightly inclines in its end towards the right at a distance of half of a dot. Steps for drawing the letters B, T, and The. They start by writing number 1 in Arabic with a length of 1 dot and half, then moving downward to the left, then upward to end them with a reversed number 1. The length of this stroke is from 4 to 5 dots. Steps for drawing the letters Jim, He, and Kha. They start from left to right with a width of 4 dots, then downward from the angle to the left, then moving until a full curve or half of a circle is formed with a width of 5 dots. At the end of the curve, there is a tail going outside for a length of 1 dot and half. Steps for drawing the letters Del and Vel. They consist of 2 parts. The first part vertically starts with number 1, with a length of 2 dots and half, and the second part is horizontal, with the length of 2 dots. Steps for drawing the letters Ra and Z. They start with number 1, with the length of 1 dot and half, then sloping downward with a length of 2 dots and half, to end with a reversed number 1. Steps for drawing the letters Sin and Shin. They start with a small number 1, with a length of 1 dot connected with a slight rise to the left, then a tooth with a width of 1 dot connected with a big number 1, then going downwards by its end to the left, then upwards to end with a reversed number 1. The length of this stroke is 3 dots. This part of the letters Sin and Shin is like the letter Nun. Steps for drawing the letters Sad and Dad. They start from left to right, going upwards with a height of 1 dot and a stroke of 3 dots, then going downwards to the right, then returning from right to left, connecting with a big number 1, which ends with going downwards to the left, then upwards to end with a reversed number 1. The length of this stroke is 3 dots. This part of the letters Saud and Daud is like the letter Nun. Steps for drawing the letters Ta and Zal. They start from left to right, with a stroke of 3 dots and half, then going downwards to the right, then moving the pen from right to left, then putting a dot on top with the letter Alif in its middle, whose length is 3 to 4 dots. Steps for drawing the letters Ain and Ghain. They start from the top by drawing the initial part, brow, of Ain by 1 dot, then going to the right, then starting an inclination until a curve is formed with a width of 5 dots and half. Steps for drawing the letter F. The initial part of the head of F is curved. Then this curve is reversed. It is 1 dot and half, and is connected with a small part in the shape of number 1. Then there should be a movement to the left, downwards, then upwards, to end with a reversed number 1. The length of this stroke is from 4 to 5 dots, like the body of the letter B. Steps for drawing the letter Qaf. The initial part of the head of Qaf is curved. Then this curve is reversed. It is 1 dot and half, and is connected with a part in the shape of number 1, like the letter F, but a bit longer. Then there should be a downward movement to the left, then upwards to end with a reversed number 1. The length of this stroke is 3 dots, like the body of the letter Nun. Steps for drawing the letter Kaf. The first shape starts from the top from right to left with a length of 4 dots, then going downwards with a length of 2 dots, then going from left to right with a length of 9 dots, then going downwards to the right by 1 dot, then going downwards from right to left at a distance of half of a dot. The second shape starts with a dot from the top, from which the letter Alif is drawn with a length of 4 to 5 dots. Then it is connected with the final part in a semi-straight form, with a length of 3 dots from outside and 2 dots from inside. The sign of Kef is put in its middle. Steps for drawing the letter Lem. The initial part starts with a dot from the top, from which the letter Alif is drawn, with a length of 4 to 5 dots, and the final part comes at the end of the letter Alif, forming a curve to the left, then moving upwards to the top. The width of this curve is 3 dots, like the letter Nun. Steps for drawing the letter Mim. Starts to be drawn from left to right with a continuous curve with 2 dots, then another curve from right to left to end the letter Mim by an Alif, whose length is 4 dots. Steps for drawing the letter Nun. It starts with drawing number 1 with a length of 3 dots, then going downwards at its end to the left, then upwards to end with a reversed number 1. The length of this stroke is 3 dots. Steps for drawing the letter He. It starts with a number 1 sloping from left to right with a length of 2 dots, then going upwards to the left by 2/3 of the pen, then putting the connected F in the middle of the sentence. Steps for drawing the letter Wa. To write the head of Wa, it starts with the first curve with the length of 1 dot and half, then reversing the curve and connecting it with a small part in the shape of number 1. Then a downward curve with the length of 2 dots, ending with a small tail. Steps for drawing the letter Ye. It starts to be drawn from right to left, going downwards in the first part, then going from left to right in the second part. As for the third part, it is a curve to the left, then going upward to end with a reversed number 1. The length of this stroke is 3 dots and half.